Thanks for joining. Today we are in day number 2. Today we are going to learn a little bit more about Python. So here you can see the agenda. Agenda we have to learn the Python first, and later on this knowledge we are going to transfer within the network automation. So these examples that you can see are related to Python Unit 1, Unit 2, and then Unit 3, 4, 5. Overall, I am going to cover these 5 units. Along with these units, I am going to show you that how you can convert these knowledge within the network automation. And we have some live example related to that as well. We'll book some sandboxes and use these concepts over there. So last time we have started with the unit 1. Within unit 1, you can see that we have to understand, learn about different type of Python data structure. Data structures such as int, float, boolean, strings, list, etc. And then we have some examples as well related to that. In the example, so even before starting this, we have installed our environment. So we have our Python running. I told you earlier that you can go to Microsoft Store. Suppose if you are in Windows, you can go to Microsoft Store, and from there you need at least two things. You need this Python. Anything above 3.10 will be okay. So you can search this Python, you can see 3.10, 11, 12. And then next you can go and install the Microsoft Visual Studio Code. These two tools are enough to execute our Python programs. So we have these two, we have Python and we have this Microsoft Studio Code. And then we can go and work on the Python basic data types. So in basic data types, we gone through this first slide that we have data types such as integer, float, boolean, string. A string is very interesting type of data structure because later on you can think, so you can see this is string such as the host name. Why this is interesting? Because if we have the string with us, this can be splitted within the list as well. So what I'm telling, let me quickly open my command prompt here, and I can go within the Python. So now we are in the Python shell, this Python interactive shell, and suppose host name, if I'm assigning host name equal to within the quotes, switch one. And now if you go and refer host name, the first character for host name, so you can see it is coming as a S. So although this is the string switch 01, switch 02, etc., etc. This is a string, but now you can go and refer the characters within the string. And not only that, we can go and refer what is the first character, what is the second character, third character, etc. Even later on, you will see that we can go and split this as well, right? And why we are splitting it? Because later on we have to go and utilize such type of mechanism to split it, read it, and feed into some other program. So now suppose if I'm looking for this number t, what will be the position of that? So this is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, right? So if I go and check host number 03, so that will, the output will come as a T. So if I am here and if I go and check 3, you can see T. So this is something that is one of the interesting feature we have related to a string. And after that, if we go and check the next data type, that is list. List is nothing but the list of something. Here you can see that we have collection of items, collections of item, that is VLAN number. 10, 20, 30, 40, right? Now you can see the capability. So suppose if I have VLANs and it is in a list format like 10, 20, 30, 40, and now if I go and check VLANs and number 2, so it will start with 0, 1, 2, right? You can see that now we are referring 30. So this is one type of data structure where we can go and add as well, add or delete from this list as well, right? So it is interesting. We should understand the type. The type means that we have some sort of numbers like 10, 20, 30. These are what? These are nothing but integer that we have discussed last time. And then you may have some characters S, T, L, etc., etc., right? And now if you want to mix them, so later on we have some sort of alphanumerical structure where I want to add 10 with S, for example of password, right? So whenever we are mixing password, we have some integer, we have some boolean, we have some special characters, etc., etc. So those things also we can go and incorporate within our programming. But even before going there, we should understand these type of basic data structure, right? So far, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Okay, so we are able to understand what is integer, what is list, what is boolean, what is float. Those type of examples we have checked, right? Now let's continue this knowledge. And here you can see now we are going to talk about some variables, because this is something that will be used again and again and again and again. And in case if you know this Cisco SD-WAN, in Cisco SD-WAN, whenever we are creating the templates for device configuration, so we have three options. Either you can go and put the global value, right? In case you know that Cisco SD-WAN, so we are creating some sort of device template there. And when you are creating the device template, so then you can go and assign the variables. Now these variables may be local or it may be global. Within our program also you'll come to know that we have some sort of local variable. Local variable means that their effect will be within that function. So later on we are going to develop our program, modular program, you can see, that will consist different type of functions, or maybe you have functions within functions. So later on when we'll go and develop the program, suppose one main program where we have F1, function 1, then we have function 2, then we have function 3, and then likewise we have function n. So you'll come to know that if we go and define a variable within the function, so that will be your local variable, that the scope, that visibility of that variable is within the function. But if you go and define that function out of these, if you go and define that variable out of these function, that will become global variable. That means its visibility, it is outside of the function. So anyone can go and use that value. So we always have this concept of local variable and global variable, locally visible to that function or globally visible to all the functions. Okay, so here you can see one example here that, okay, I have the IP address, and in this IP address you can see IP address equal to 192.168.1.1, right? So if we go and verify this IP address, this will be what? what will be the type of this IP address? This will be some array, a string, integer. What is this?
Internal, private,
Yeah, that is the range, like type of
class
address.
C,
But here, in terms of Python programming, is it like list or a string or integer?
list.
Any other answer?
Let me see. I guess it would be string then if
A
it's not
string.
list, right?
A
Yeah.
string, yeah. It is a string. And how we can go and verify that it is a string or not?
You said that and I forgot now.
It's easy. Like if you can check the type
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and IP address, you can see this is a string. So now this is my IP address, right? And we were discussing this thing earlier, just 5 minutes back, that suppose if I have a string, so here you can see on top, say host name equal to switch 01. If I want to um, take only first character, so how I can go and use this string host name 0. So it will give you S. If I want to check this fourth character, then host name 3, it will give you T. So this is pure string, but there is one other data structure that is list. This is what list. We are putting within the brackets, the items in the bracket. So 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. Now this also you can go and operate like a verb. You can go and check what is there in position number 3 with VLANs 2, what is there in position number 1 with VLANs 0, etc. Understanding these 4 lines, if anyone has difficulty, please ask.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Easy, right?
So, so that's it's a host name.
Mm-hmm.
Can it be another variable other than host name?
Yeah, hostname. We
Apart
can
from
assign as
host
a
name, can I
variable.
type something else? Can I type
Tell me anything.
can I
Tell me.
type
Mhm.
can I type interface
Interface equals.
in Python? I'll just type interface in equals Ethernet dot print. How will I know if that's an integer or something else?
If anything is within this quote, that will be some character. That will be string. So Python will treat this as a string. This is string with because this is in quotes.
So everything between quotes is an integer, is a string, right?
Is a string 100%. Yeah.
How do we know an integer?
We are defining, right, the numbers. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So for example, if a equal to 10 and if you print a, so it will give you 10. And now if you go and check the type of a, so you'll come to know that you are integer. But suppose if b equals to 20, right? Now if you print b, so you can see this 20. And now if you go and check the type for b, it will be string.
Okay, string, because it has like a column before it.
Yes.
What else? Apart from string and integer.
Sorry,
What else do
string.
we have in class of
Yeah, yeah,
characters?
yeah. So here you can see that we have discussed this, like integer, floats, booleans, string. Then we
How
have
do we know
list.
float and boolean?
These are just the number, right? 15 dots fraction. If something is in fraction, that is float. Boolean is nothing but true, false. Yes, no. Interface is up or
Okay,
down. It can be some number, right? So
okay, got you.
yeah. So have you done your dinner? Yes or not? That is the boolean. Yes, no, right? But how much money you have? So that may be integer or float. It's like normal thing, like it's normal thing, like it's divided. So if you go and divide everything into mathematics, then it will be easy. So from your house, your office, how much kilometers? Maybe some 20-25 kilometers. But at your home, the nameplate that you have, that will be some string, right? And then the address will be some string, right? When you are purchasing something from somewhere, your grocery, list of grocery, it may be some items within your bag. So like that, we can split the things, right? And later on, these will become your constructions, your building block of your programming. These are very small things, but later on you will see that they are powerful. I'm going to show you one example today. So now suppose if I have some IP address 192.168.1.1 and I want to split this, I want to split. So suppose if IP address equals to 192.168.1.1, and why it is throwing error, because it should be defined like this. Otherwise it will not understand. Python will not understand. So IP address is like this. Now what I want to split all four things. I want 192 different, 168 different, and one different and one different. How I can do it? Now there are multiple ways that we can do, but there are so many different type of inbuilt functions as well. Later on in this course, you will come to know about those inbuilt functions. So let me go and use something, or maybe parts. Parts equal to, say, IP address. I'm going to use one function called the split function, and they are divided by dot, right? And now if I go and do parts, now you can see that we have converted this string into this list. Now how the Python will treat this? This is a string, irrespective of numbers, but this is in double quotes, right? Now we are using one split function that will split everything. Once it will see, oh, dot is split it, and then it will put in the list. So now you have parts like this in a list, right? Now you can go and easily read this list. What is 0, what is 1, what is third item, what is fourth item, etc., etc. So far, any doubt, any difficulty, please ask, because these are very basic things.
I think I'm good for right now, but I can always ask later.
Yes,
No problem. So let's move on slowly. So next you can see this definition of expression. Expressions are combination of values, variables, and operand. So in this example, you can see that you are defining some port count. Say port count equal to 48. And now I am adding 4 into that. So port count is some variable that I am calling here. Plus this is the mathematical operation 4. So final output will be 48 plus 4. So if I go and print total ports, it will give you 48 plus 4 equal to 52. That is nothing but expression. This is a small example related to expression where you are using variables, operators, values to compute a value. Then statement. A statement are instruction that the Python interpreter can execute. Print hostname. So when we are using print hostname, this is nothing but the statement that we are printing. So just you can see slide number 5 and slide number 6. Later also, if you have any doubt, any confusion, you can ask. And since I am recording this, you can also practice like this. These are very small examples we have later on when we have full-fledged big programs. Only we'll go and add these logics one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. Slowly, 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 we'll add things into this. Okay. Now we have this mathematical operation. This mathematical operation, we have order of precedence. So suppose if we have plus and multiplication, so this multiplication has higher precedence. You can see the precedence is like this: parenthesis, exponential, then multiplication. You can see multiplication, division, flow division, modulus. After that, this addition and subtraction will come. After that, this comparison will come, and then the logical operations will come.
Is it like bod mass?
Yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, BODMAS, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like that, it will go and calculate. So for our programming and all, you will not see this very much used within our program. Mostly we'll go and use multiplication, addition, subtraction in our program. We are going to use this parenthesis again and again. These are important things. But such type of order will not come. Our mathematical operations will be like networking automation mathematical operation will be easy and straightforward. Okay. But yeah, here you can see few examples that how Python will go and use this as a bot mask that you mentioned. Okay, so slide number 5. Last time we have discussed about this. Then today we are starting from this 6 and 7. Slide 6 and 7. Is it clear? Let's move to. I told you earlier that I will go to. Okay, so only 4 slides I'm going to cover. You can see this one, slide 8, 9, 10, and 11. That's it. I'll not go beyond that. And then we'll go and write our program. So as I told you earlier that you please go and install the Visual Studio Code. Let me open that, where you can go and run your program. So last time we created this program, day1 values.py. I'm mentioning like day 1, day 2, day 3. So last time you can see that we have some values like port count, switch name, CPU, etc., etc. And here you can see that not only that I was printing the port count, but I have shown you the type as well. So type for port count is nothing but integer. This is integer. Type for host name, it will be string. Type for CPU usage, it will be float because this is 1 point something something. And then later on in the program, you can see that I have used this expression, right? So expression is what? That you have collection or combination of values, variables, etc. So later on in the program, you have seen that we have the overall. Overall, we are adding CPU usage plus memory usage. The CPU usage plus memory usage. So 1.11 plus 55, that will be something 56.111. That will be again, so this overall will be again, some type will be float only. So if I go and execute this program like this, Python XC and what is it? Day 1 basic lab. We should go to this folder. I'm in wrong folder actually. Let me go back to documents and automation classes. Day 1 and let's see. EXE and day 1 values. So now you can see the output here. You can see port count, integer, host name is string. Like that we have the values. This we have done in our previous session. You can see very a small program, but very useful because later on we are going to add something in this. So here, if I can go and add something, the same program. So let me do one thing. Let me copy this. Come on. You can see day one. I will go and create one folder here. Day two. And within day two, day two, basics. I'll go and save this as a Python. So here you can see save. So basically what I'm doing here in day two, that I will go and add one extra line here. Say IP address equal to 192.168.1.1, right? And then say parts, or maybe like this, IP parts equal to IP addresses split, because since you are working in this visual code, so even if I type dot and then is s, it will give you the help that you can go and use a split function. It will go and split and give you the return value. Dot, and then I want to print the, what is that, IP. Now you have seen that this is giving some error. Let's see. But in this example, I don't want to print the rest of the program. So what you can do, if you don't want that, you can go and use the font symbol here. You can see this has, right? If you go and use this, this will be used as a comment. So if you have single line comment or multi-line comment, I will come to multi-line comment as well. But now this is becoming the comment that you are not using these things in a program. Single time is also fine. And I like actually Notepad++ to write these programs. Later on, we'll go and write the program in Notepad++. So now you can see that basically I have commented all the lines. This is the single line comment, but if you don't want to do like this, so let me show you the multi-line comment, that if you want to comment one paragraph, block of lines, then you can go and use the multi-line comments with this 3, right? You can see 3 quotes up and down. So I can go here, let me go back to the program. And in this program, what I can do, I don't want this block. So I can come here, 1, 2, 3, and then I can come here, 1, 2, 3. So now you can see that this entire block, they are not part of the active script. Now they are part of comment. Now I can save this and I can go and run this program. J2. Wow, so there is no problem. This program is working fine. Oops. Where we are. Any doubt till this point, please feel free to ask.
Honestly,
Not not up to the
it's still confusing to me. Sorry, I'm not. I don't know if I called you guys short.
No problem. That's why I'm not going fast. I'm always going slow, 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 so you can understand this thing. I'm moving very slowly. This small piece of program I'm covering from last 1 week or more than that, just for yourself to understand. What you have to do, very simple thing you have to do. Just open your command prompt, type Python, and do something hands-on and very easy, like this. Say A equal to 10, A. B
Can you,
equal to,
apart from this recording, can you give us like an activity like that to try and simple instructions on it? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
see, the document that I share here. So if you go here, it's like I have created this document, right? This is the easiest Python document you have. Now, if you go here, you will see some examples like this. The program is already there. What you have to do, hostname equal to this, IP this. Then you can print this is just the print command. Print F for function, hostname. You can try these programs. They are very small, easy programs. You know, once you are very comfortable with this, then try this. See how small this is? I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to show you these two programs today. This and this. That's it. Okay. Let's go through this program together. First of all, you need to understand this. You are able to understand this program, why we have this displaying switch details. On the top you can see we want to display details about switch because our background is network, right? We have networking background, and with that networking background we want to play around with the networking things, right? So what is the host name, what is the management IP, how many ports, how many VLANs, is the port is up or down, right? So now you can see that it will go and give you a small piece of data about that particular switch, which is 01, where the IP we are defining like this, the port 48, the VLAN is this active. Now, if you want to add more about that, so what is the hardware? What is the vendor name? Where it is located? Like that, we can go and add more data to that particular switch. Up to line 1 to 5, any difficulty, please ask.
no, I did that right now, and that's very simple.
Chisomi, difficulty? See,
No difficulty. Yeah.
yeah, let me check with Richard and Chisomi as well. Richard, you have difficulty on
Yeah,
this?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I think I have to go back to the
Yeah.
past two classes and catch up.
Yeah, so it's like you have to do hands-on. If you start doing hands-on, like writing a small programs, then once you go and write these small programs, then you will see some errors. Some errors will come, some syntax errors, some uh, other type of errors like uh, you will see. Let me show you some errors here. While you write the program, you have some syntax error. You can see I have some syntax error. It's showing invalid syntax NR. This is one of the error. Then you will see that is space error. Whenever you are defining one function and below that if you write something, just below that if you write, it will tell you that you have some space issue, right? So those things will come, only those things will come when you will go and start writing your own small scripts. Okay, so let me show you this. And I don't like this. Let me show you other way to write this script. Huh. I will use Notepad++. I like this. Let me show you this. I don't want this to be recorded. Okay, let me pull my. Where is our automation classes? Python or day 2. Basic, I will make this underscore 2. So we'll understand that day 2 we have second script. And let me go to a very easy editor. We have this Notepad++. The good thing about this that it will go and switch 01. Change the color. Say IP address is already there. I can go and assign some value. Say 192.168, 1.10, 1. Whatever. Up to me. Then port count equal to, since this is what? This is some integer. So directly, right? Then VLANs. What is this as data type? This is nothing but the string. So 10, sorry, list 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever. Then is active, the Boolean is active. True. You can see color. That's why I like this Notepad++. See, it is changing the color. It's very easy to read. Then what I want to print. I'm explaining this to everyone. Whenever you are building your program, just build 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, test it. Then test it. Test should be there. So here we are building the print statement, and then because we want to print some function, so we are using this small f here, host name. This host name, it will print as it is. Host name is. Now I can go and call the variable host name. Close this. Just 6, 7 line. I have some. So now I can go and give comment. Now I will use the print statements and to uh, show this, like, program should be like visible and readable. So you can give one a space here. Then you can go and put comment here on top. Also you can give one comment like value, assignments, etc. So these are comments, right? And then you can save this. Now once you save this, you can go and execute this. Let me open my command prompt here. Even from command prompt also you can go and execute the program. I can, let me exit from here, and I can go to my documents, automation classes. Oops. Day 2, or is that day 2, basics 2. Now we'll see that it is throwing this syntax error. Why? Now if you go and read these errors, it will tell you that where exactly. So it is telling that at if, okay, you are using this opening quotes, but you are not using the closing. Whenever you open something in program, you have to go and close as well. So now clearly you have the syntax error. So I can go here and use this. Now at the moment I'll use, you see the color changing, right? I can go and use this. Save this. Let's see. I can see host name is switch 001. Right. So now I have my one statement. Now I want to print the rest of these things. So how many we have? How many line items we have here? The number of line items we have.
Uh,
1, 2, 3,
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Oh,
value
yeah.
assignments.
Okay. Yeah.
So now
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can go and host name, because now you have the programming is structure. Now you can go and do copy paste, no problem at all. So now I can go and copy paste, and we'll see with this copy paste if we have any problem, any error, it will generate that. So now I can go here and I will see. Like that, you can go and develop your program. This we have done in day one as well, but again and again, I am telling you that you develop your small script. Even you can use this Notepad++. I like this. I am developing my big programs here in Notepad++ because it has some nice capabilities. So suppose if I want to comment these 4 print statement, I can go and use Alt Control and scrolling up to line 13, and then at a time I can give this symbol. So all things will be treated as a comment. Now I have only one print statement. Right. So some sort of editing is easy with Notepad++, and visually also, if you see these things, let me show you this thing. So if I have some data like this, and if I have data like this, for me it is actually easy to read this data than this data. Although this is the editor to develop the program, but still I prefer Notepad++ to write my program and edit my programs. Okay, so good job. Let me quickly show you this slide deck here. So you can see that we are printing all those functions. Value assignment, print. Do this thing 5 times today. Next time when you come for class, you will feel very confident. This thing. After that, only one command we are going to run today. This is the last one. Slide number 10, last. What is there? I have value assignment, port speed 1, port count 48. Then we have this expression, total bandwidth equal to port speed into total ports. And then we will go and use the print statement to print it. Total bandwidth is total bandwidth in Gbps. So these are the comments, and this is the value that will come from the program. Right. So now you can see you have the value assignment. And this is your formula, right? This is the formula to calculate total bandwidth. In Python term, this is the expression. And then you are using the statement. The print thing that you have that is coming, this is the statement. So if you go and see the slide number 6, expression. So combination of values, variables. Statement, that is nothing but the execute something. Now you can see the mix up. You can see this is what? The float. This is what? The integer. This is what? The expression. This is what? The statement. Right? So now I have to go and write one more program. So how I can do that? I can go and save this. Control S. If I type Control S, so or even I can go here and save as. I'll go to same folder location, and I can go and change the data type as a Python. So if I go and change this Python file, then I can see this day 2, day 3, day 2. This time I'll make this a day 2 basic 3. So now I have this editor that I want to write the program. You don't have to write your own first few classes, just copy paste. I'll also do that. Port speed equal to, or anything will be, say 1.0, because, and then I put comment here. This is in GBPS. This is comment GBPS. Then total ports. Right now, total bandwidth that I want to calculate equal. This is a formula, right? Even you can put within this also. This is port speed into multiply by total ports. Right now, so this is this is what, this is nothing but your expression, right? So you can put some comment here. Okay, this is my expression. Then you can go and use the statement. Now the print statement. So print, I want to print if, what is it? The total bandwidth is, yes, you can give some space here, and then you can call the value. So total bandwidth. Then you can close this. Now you see that you have one program here. And we can go and this time run this basic 3. The total bandwidth is 48. Like that you have created a program. Right? This is the easiest way that you can go and write your program. Try to execute basic 1, 2, and 3. These 3 programs that we have done today. And you will get some confidence. Okay, so that's the class for today. We will not stretch more.